Trayvon, and today I will be talking to you about one of the most talked about, if not the most talked about boxer of this era, of this century, Floyd Money Mayweather, considered to be one of the greatest boxers of all time, in the conversation with Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard. He does have every reason to be in this conversation, considering he is 48-0 with 26 knockouts, and only one other person has finished their career undefeated, and he finished 49-0. Floyd Mayweather has 5 division world championships and have won 11 world titles. I'm pretty sure people are now wondering why I call him Money. His nickname is Money. He chose to go by that nickname because everything he does, and he will even tell you this, is about his money. That's all he really cares about. And he calls himself a businessman. Not just a boxer, he calls himself a businessman because at the end of the day, everything he does is for business and to make his money. His approximate total net worth right now is about $470 million to about $500 million, which would make him the most valued boxer in recent years. Recently fought Manny Pacquiao. Supposedly people were saying that he was scared to fight him 5 to 6 years ago, but honestly, I don't think that was true. When it was all said and done, Floyd estimated that he earned about $170 million to $200 million. That's not including his endorsement deals and his pay-per-view deals that he has with HBO. Here's some interesting facts about Mayweather. He has one savings account that has $123 million in it. When he travels in his private plane, he travels around with $100 bills and like 10 Ziploc bags. Since he's rich, he decides to wear shoes only once, and when he's done wearing those shoes, he just leaves them in the hotel room, and whoever finds them can have them. And then also, he only wears boxers once, which means he spends about $6,500 on boxers alone in 1 year. Floyd loves to give back to the city and to the less fortunate kids, considering he was one of those kids himself, so he knows that how they feel and what their background is, so he knows that they would really appreciate that. In 2007, he funded a non-profit organization named the Floyd Mayweather Jr. Foundation, but on May 31st of 2014, he went on to say this: everybody's always talking about giving, 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 and that's the problem. Everybody's doing so much giving that at the end of the day, they'll end up having nothing. And then they'll end up saying, why did he give this person this and why did he give this person that, when he should have been saving for himself. As you can see, Floyd is very confusing on what he says and how he feels about different topics. So it kind of depends on how he feels that day of how he will talk about that topic. Now, me personally, I don't think I would say I look up to Floyd Mayweather as a perfect citizen, because, I mean, he's really not. But I do look up to him as an athlete and as a hard worker. I look up to his work ethic and the way he approaches things, because if he doesn't, he's going 100% all the time, or he's not doing it. He's the most hard-working athlete that I've ever seen. He does get up before his fight, 6 months before his fight. He trains 12 hours a day, starting at 3 a.m., starting off with a light jog, and then he will go into the gym to work on his hand speed. I really don't think of any fighter or any athlete at that would get up that early in the morning just to work on his craft. I admire the way his will, I admire his drive to be the greatest ever, because at the end of the day, that's all he wants to be, is the greatest boxer to ever live. And again, he does have every reason to be. Mayweather recently said that he will retire after one last fight in September, and that's because he has nothing else to lose. That will be his 49th fight, and will fulfill a 6-fight deal with Showtime Television. He went on to say, my last fight is in September, and I'll do that, and I'll hang it up. Mayweather said again after beating Manny Pacquiao, that's what he said after he fought Manny Pacquiao. But people have gone back into the past. He has retired once, but then he came out of retirement to fight like 50 more fights. So people do believe that he will come out of retirement to go for that 50th win. And that's it.